Chapter 5, Vision of the Sound Chambers. Prayer outlines the direction of our faith, and in ceremony we cry out to the infinite that it might let us see with its eyes our own destinies. Asking for a vision. Prayer and ceremony have always been an important part of my life. I was taught by my father and my father's people to pray all the time by becoming the being of movement or speaking or writing. I was taught that everything is sacred and alive. I was taught to honor all principal ideas by keeping a continual state of prayer with their essences every single moment of my life. I asked for a vision which might show me how best to serve the earth and honor all life, to honor walking on the surface of the earth at this time. Then, in the summer of 1983, I received a vision. I had this vision partly because I was trying, through prayer, to keep a connection with the reality that everything is sacred and alive. Also, I came from parenting that trained me for visions. I was told by my parents and grandparents that it was my destiny to have visions. I was taught that life is a visionary unfolding of the great mystery, and so, in its image, we too are visionary by nature. My vision came during a long dance. The cosmic mother, father, being came in a flash of light, a point of illumination which lasted only 2 or 3 seconds. I cannot begin to explain this vision. It was so beautiful. I then slowed down time and went back into the vision to have another look. In the vision, I was shown people praying, directing our faith, and singing, bonding our faith with the present, together in a sacred sound chamber resonating with light. The chamber was an oval structure of mud, matter carrying direction, and straw, ancient knowledge, partly underground, underworld, and partly above ground, middle world. It was a house of the sound of presentness, a structure built to reverberate sound, the melodious chanting of men, essence of expanding light, and women, essence of descending light, were a reflection of people whose spirits and voices resonated in absolute harmony to balance the present, the future, and the memory of how the cosmos is orientated through the use of sound. Everything inside of the house was created by the mirth of the yellow people, light made of truth. The house they created was time that had been slowed down so that we, the people, might seek to know the vastness of our inheritance. The house was made up of many dawns, middays, and moonlit nights. Inside the house lay the principles that would hold and nurture life, that would carry us from dawn to dusk and then take us into beautiful and meaningful dream states, and then beyond them. In the morning time of consciousness, time again as was its destiny, would awaken us to what had been discovered in the nighttime for us to hold on to and then to explore. I'm just going to make a little side note here. Think back to the last book I read, to the culture of the Malay people, the Aboriginal people who every morning when they woke up were sharing their dreams. Okay, Joseph continues. Beyond the circle of this light, where the walls stood, darkness fell. Light stopped there because beyond would be the no-form place of the breath of revelation. This no-form place would also be the place from which all new things could come to be known by the people on their journey to perfection. In the vision, I was given my task, to build sound chambers around the world. It would seem that, having had this powerful experience, I would have a fearless commitment to honor that clear knowing. What followed, though, was a testing of the commitment, a period of deep self-questioning. Called by whatever name, it was doubt, and doubt stayed with me for some time. And then a reminder came. An important event needed to occur before I could commit to the vision. This time, it was a waking experience, and a woman played the role of initiator. She was probably not aware what role she was playing, but she was an instrument of the divine nonetheless. On the insistence of this woman, I went to see a particular site, an ancient site near Cortez, Colorado. Here were sound chambers similar to those I had seen in my vision. I was being reminded of my task. Being in those ancient chambers kindled the spark again. Always there is a symbol before the event. This experience foreshadowed what was to come. I began looking for somewhere to build a chamber. For several months I considered various sites, but I couldn't find any land that seemed suitable. Then, 3 months after the original vision, I had another vision. This time I was in Bernalillo, New Mexico, at my home, and was outside doing ceremony in a sweat lodge. Suddenly, I was taken up to the realm above the clouds, maybe 30,000 feet or so above the ground, and was faced with a council of elders. There were a group of 12 or so wise men draped in red blankets, sitting in a circle. I was asked the question I had been avoiding. Why have you not built the chambers? I wanted to elaborate on how I'd been busy searching out the right place with just the right environment and how nothing had seemed suitable. Rather than a complicated explanation which I knew would be unacceptable, I simply said I could not find a place. Almost immediately I was taken and placed next to the sweat lodge, and then I looked up and I saw an angelic being descending as a ring of light on a shaft of light, while I heard a voice in the background saying, "We will show you where to build it." The ring of light descended on my garden plot right beside my house. This was where the chamber was to be built. In awe, I watched as a second circle of light appeared inside the first. In this circle, an angel appeared, holding a child in its arms. The angel placed the baby in the center of the first circle, while saying the words, "Now, you must raise this child." The vision was over in a flash. The site of the original sound chamber had been chosen. Not an isolated area or some beautifully forested mountaintop, but on a site located on a small, dry, flat strip of land in a New Mexico trailer park where simple houses crowd in on both sides, amid the blaring of 2 loud stereos interspersed with the laughter and conversation of day-to-day life, and the occasional clanging of the train as it rumbles past on the nearby railroad tracks. Smiling over it all would be the ever-present face of the Sandia Mountains, metaphor for the heart of God. It seemed the perfect paradox. The first sound chamber would be built on that ring of light where the angel appeared, and it would be my work now to raise that child of light. The next day, I dug up my garden to begin building a chamber, in spite of my wife's public consternation. In the vision, the sound chamber was an egg-shaped oval built half in and half out of the ground. It would sit where the earth and sky meet to unite the masculine and feminine. By doing so, it would bring wholeness, harmony, and peace on an inner level to the individual, on a political level to all humanity, and on a cosmic level to the universe. I knew in those moments, immediately following the vision, that the chamber was the circle of light, and the child had been placed inside the heart that all life everywhere might manifest its goodness. Insights are born similarly. Purpose of sound chambers. To date, some 20 sound chambers have been completed around the globe, including areas as widespread as Australia, Austria, Florida, Pennsylvania, and Colorado. Each of these chambers has its own integrity, purpose, and particular qualities. Each is the result of the committed efforts of a few individuals. The chambers are our caretakers, helping us to access wisdom from an ancient source. They act as a mouthpiece for a higher mind to amplify that which we need at this time on earth and to help all who walk upon her. By building chambers on the surface of the earth, a web of light is created so that a person making a sound inside a chamber sets up a continuous resonance around the earth. We are each made from music. Every one of us was creatively inspired from our dream time. Our Creator made us from principal ideas or fundamental truths which inhabit and govern the cosmos. Our main purpose in life is to dialogue with this self-empowering qualities of these principal ideas which were instilled in us and in the physical beauty of the earth. Working as a group, people then become a collective instrument of the resonance of beauty for a particular sound. Each sound chamber would become its own syllable signature because of its placement on the surface of the planet, and each chamber holds a specific purpose. That specific purpose or principal idea would be amplified by the geological and geographical sound particular to each place. In a chant, the vowels carry the essential meaning or fundamental truth embedded in each syllable, and the consonants propel or give form. Like ripples across the lake, the sound waves move out into the earth from each chamber. These waves then open the earth to healing from the ancient sacred places where wisdom has been stored for countless eons. The visionary child buried in the ground under the first chamber is a symbol of the vision's purpose. At some stage, the child will mature and start to teach. I predict the chambers will become active when the child, the vision, reaches the age of 12. This is the age when Jesus started teaching. It is also the time when social scientists say children become capable of abstract thought. Among my own people, it is the same time when parents must release a child to be trained by the elders and to take his or her place in the collective. Perhaps it is now time for us to let the earth go and let it grow on its own rather than us controlling it as if it were our child and we were refusing to let it go. The third and final part of the vision has yet to be revealed. This part of the vision will show us what the sound chambers are beyond the beyond. Chapter 6. The Mystery of Metaphor. My grandfather said, "Become listening-ness, and you will find the spirit of the gift of life, and it will appear as work." The mystery of metaphor is the art of listening to life in the activity of work, of allowing yourself to be a living harmony. Metaphors give us a way to become more inside our universe. If we can name or identify our world, we know better how to fit in harmony with it. Harmony is the warmth of the heart slipping through a slice of light. By becoming more attuned to the vibrations in life, we come closer to our natural state. We clear our blocks and our resistances. We discover the power to be. In this chapter are a number of ideas and terms with a description of the metaphors that accompany these words. The definitions given are mine, my explanations for them. They are the result of my personal exploration and discoveries with sound and vibration, and are given as one of many potential possibilities of what one can discover. They are given to encourage you to become an active participant in your own journey. Make your own discoveries. If there is one definition, there are 5. If there are 5, there are 10. Don't get stuck in one possibility. Find the many possibilities. Use the insights of innocence that own you. Possibilities sneak up on us when we least expect them. The realm of all the infinites that make up the complexion of our being were created by us in such a way so that they might slip into our consciousness when we would be least prepared for them. Use the insights that are given to you in a way that will enhance you and your life. Enjoy your exploration. Fall in love with life. The spirit of the awe in life is created when we combine purity and descending light that is reflective. Metaphors of the body. When the Mother, Father, Creator Spirit made the first humans, Creator made their heads from direction of sacred vibrations. Creator made their heads with the spirit of direction of focus and with the spirit of direction of the sacred path. Creator in that moment made the focus and the sacred path of the cosmos, for they were both made of reflective light of the Godhead. The Creator made their faces with the spirit of entering, that all the eternities would be open to them. Their noses with the spirit of expansion, of places beyond the beyond. Their eyes with the spirit of validation, of imprinting. Their mouths with the spirit of seeing greatness, for greatness would they be. Their ears with the spirit of giving, to live their work. Their hair with the spirit of the heavens, for communication. Their skin with the spirit of evolution, to lift themselves beyond highest goodness. Their necks with the spirit of the dividing line between the earth and heavens. The heavens are the freezing place, home of the storyteller. Next, Creator made their bodies. It's rather noisy here in the neighborhood today, so I'm going to end this passage here and we will pick up chapter 6 next Thursday night. Thanks for listening. See you all then. Well, y'all, looks like the Canadian Air has arrived. I'm about 3,100 feet, and they did have an air quality warning today for those of us in western North Carolina, amongst other places.